Beyond the veil of the physical world lies a hidden realm, a place of shifting energies, whispered messages, and glimpses of things yet to come. The witch's eye is not one of flesh and bone, but of perception, an inner sight that pierces through illusion, sensing what others cannot. It is the ability to see beyond the mundane, to witness the threads of fate before they weave into reality. It is intuition heightened to an art, a connection to the unseen forces that whisper through dreams, symbols, and sudden flashes of knowing. The gift of sight, whether natural or developed, has long been one of the most sacred and feared aspects of witchcraft. Throughout history, seers and oracles have held places of honor and dread, respected for their ability to glimpse what lies beyond the present, but feared for the truths they might reveal. The Pythia of Delphi inhaled sacred fumes to enter a trance, speaking prophecies that shaped the fate of empires. Norse vulvas, women of great spiritual power, wove visions of the future through sight or magic, whispering the secrets of destiny. Celtic druids read the omens in nature, tracing the patterns in flight, fire, and water. Even in modern times, psychics, mediums, and witches alike continue this tradition, peering into the fabric of time through tarot, scrying, and deep meditative states. But what exactly is the witch's eye? It is more than just the third eye chakra. More than intuition, it is the ability to perceive beyond logic, to trust in what is felt rather than what is seen. Some are born with this gift, their childhoods filled with strange knowing, visions, and prophetic dreams. Others awaken to it through practice, strengthening their psychic muscles until glimpses become clear and whispers become words. The path of developing psychic sight is not one of sudden enlightenment, but of deep inner work, of learning to quiet the mind enough to hear what has always been there. The witch who opens their eye does not just see the future, they see the present with greater depth. They sense energy in a room before stepping inside. They feel the intentions behind words before they are spoken. They recognize the echoes of past events imprinted in places, objects, and people. This is why psychic sight is not limited to prophecy alone. It is a tool for understanding, for unraveling the unseen layers of existence. To look into a crystal ball is not to see a perfect vision of the future, but to witness possibilities, to interpret symbols that reveal the deeper truths beneath the surface of things. Prophetic visions come in many forms. Some arrive as dreams, strange and fragmented, yet carrying meaning that lingers upon waking. Others appear in waking life as sudden flashes, an unshakable sense of déjà vu, a knowing that cannot be explained. Scrying, the ancient art of gazing into reflective surfaces, is a way to bridge the conscious and the subconscious, allowing images to rise like ripples in still water. Tarot cards, runes, and other divination tools act as translators, converting the whispers of the unseen into tangible symbols that can be understood. Yet the gift of sight is both blessing and burden. To know too much is to carry a weight that others do not, to see the patterns before they unfold, and to understand the consequences of actions before they are taken. Not all knowledge is meant to be shared. Not all visions are meant to be spoken aloud. The responsibility of the seer is to discern, to understand that just because something can be seen does not always mean it should be revealed. Some futures are fluid, shifting with every choice made, while others are carved too deeply into fate to be unwritten. For those who wish to open their witch's eye, patience is key. Sight cannot be forced, nor can it be demanded. It comes in stillness, in deep trust, in allowing rather than seeking. The more a witch listens, the more the world speaks in return. Symbols appear in everyday life, patterns emerge where none were noticed before. Dreams take on deeper meaning. The language of the unseen is subtle, but for those who are willing to learn, it becomes as clear as words on a page. To possess the witch's eye is to walk between knowing and mystery, to embrace the visions that come while understanding that some truths are meant to remain hidden. It is to see the world for what it truly is, layered, shifting, alive with meaning and magic. The future is never set in stone, but for those who can see beyond the veil, it is written in whispers, waiting to be understood. Opening the witch's eye is only the beginning. True sight is not a single moment of awakening, but a lifelong path, one that shifts with the tides of magic and deepens with every step. To glimpse the unseen is to enter a world without clear borders, a place where symbols, shadows, and whispers guide the way. It is not simply about seeing the future, but understanding the present on a deeper level, reading the past in the energy of places and objects, and walking the fine line between what is known and what is hidden. A witch who embraces the path of the seer learns quickly that vision is not about control. It is about trust, about surrendering to the way messages arrive, rather than demanding them to appear in a certain form. The greatest mistake many make in developing psychic sight is expecting clarity where there is only mystery. Prophetic visions do not come with labels. They are fragments, flashes, sensations, like puzzle pieces scattered across time, waiting to be assembled. A skilled seer does not chase certainty, but instead becomes fluent in the language of the unseen, recognizing that truth often arrives in riddles. One of the first lessons a witch learns in the art of sight is that the future is rarely fixed. The universe is woven from endless possibilities, shifting with every decision made, every path chosen. Some futures are more likely than others, their threads woven thick and deep, but they are never absolute. A vision of disaster is not a prophecy of doom. It is a warning, a possibility that may or may not come to pass. Likewise, a vision of success does not guarantee an outcome, only a potential that can be shaped. The power of the seer is not just in witnessing what may come, but in guiding it, in shifting fate through awareness and action. Yet not all visions are meant to be shared. The responsibility of the seer is great, and the burden of knowledge can weigh heavy. There is wisdom in knowing when to speak and when to remain silent, when to warn, and when to allow fate to unfold as it must. Some people do not want to hear what is coming. Others are not ready. A vision delivered to one unprepared can do more harm than good, turning possibility into fear, shifting the energy of a situation in unintended ways. The true art of sight is not just in receiving messages, but in understanding how and when to deliver them. For those who wish to walk this path, discipline is as important as intuition. The mind is a wild thing, easily influenced, easily deceived. True vision requires clarity, and clarity comes from grounding, from sharpening the senses, from knowing oneself fully. The seer who does not tend to their own energy can become lost in the fog of illusion, mistaking fears for premonitions, confusing wishful thinking with prophecy. Meditation, cleansing rituals, and psychic protection are not optional. They are essential tools in keeping the sight clear and the self strong. Working with divination is one of the most effective ways to develop and refine sight. The tarot is not just a deck of cards, but a mirror, reflecting both inner truth and unseen forces at play. Runes are not just symbols, but the echoes of ancient wisdom, vibrating with meaning beyond what the conscious mind can grasp. Scrying is not just gazing into a reflective surface, but allowing the subconscious to speak, pulling visions from the depths where logic does not reach. These tools are bridges, ways to train the mind to perceive patterns, to receive messages without interference, to build the muscle of sight until it becomes second nature. Dreams, too, are a gateway. Many witches find that their clearest visions arrive in sleep, where the barriers of the waking mind fall away. To train the witch's eye is to train oneself to listen to dreams, to record them, to trace their meanings not only in symbols, but in feeling, in the lingering impressions they leave upon waking. Some dreams are memories of the future, echoes of what has not yet come to pass. Others are messages from spirits, from ancestors, from forces that do not speak in words but in images, sensations, and emotions. Yet there is danger in sight as well. To open the eye is to become aware of more than just the future. It is to see beyond the illusions that shield others from what lingers in the dark. Spirits are drawn to those who can perceive them, just as energy shifts in response to those who understand it. A witch who sees clearly will inevitably encounter things that others do not. Shadows in places thought to be empty, voices where there should be none, impressions left behind by past events that refuse to fade. This is why the path of the seer is not just one of revelation, but of resilience. To walk between worlds is to know how to protect oneself, how to navigate the unseen without being consumed by it. But for those who embrace this path, the rewards are great. Sight is not just about knowing the future, it is about deep connection, about understanding the rhythms of the universe, about moving through the world with awareness that stretches beyond the physical. A witch with a fully opened eye sees magic in every moment, feels the shifts of energy before they manifest, recognizes the whispers of fate before they become spoken words. The witch's eye is not just a gift, it is a skill, a responsibility, and a way of walking through the world with eyes truly open. It is a path that demands patience, trust, and the courage to face both light and shadow. But for those willing to walk it, the world becomes more than it ever was before. It becomes a landscape of symbols, of messages, of hidden truths waiting to be seen. The question is not whether the future can be known, the question is whether you are ready to see it.